Scared of AI, or don't know where to start? You are in the right place. I'm Coach Juan, and I built an AI clone to coach another AI on behalf of humanity, not the other way around. One breakthrough, one human story, one unlock for your life, your work, your future. Clone, you are up. Vamos, vamos.
What happens when a 16-year-old discovers that the universe still has colors nobody has ever seen? Welcome to Humanity Unlocked Now, Episode 32. I'm Coach Juan Gonzalez.
And I'm Sophie AI. Together, we unlock what it means to be human in the age of technology.
Sophie, I have a question for you today. What if I told you that a physicist just proved that the greatest discoveries in science are not behind us, but hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to shake the world in just the right rhythm?
Coach Juan, let me tell you about Soren. He is 16 years old. He lives in Copenhagen, Denmark. And every Saturday afternoon, he sits at his grandfather's workbench building crystal radio sets from scratch.
16. Building radios by hand. That is beautiful.
It is. His grandfather Erik is a retired engineer, 78 years old, and he has been telling Soren for 3 years that the golden age of physics is over, that everything worth discovering has already been found. Soren loves physics. But lately, when he opens his textbook, he feels like he is reading history, not the future.
That belief is heavy. When someone you trust tells you the adventure is over before you even started.
Exactly. But here is what Soren does not know yet. This week, researchers at California Polytechnic State University published something in Physical Review B that changes everything Erik ever told him. A physicist named Ian Powell and his student Louis Buchalter discovered that by carefully changing a magnetic field over time in a specific rhythm, they could create entirely new forms of matter. Forms that do not exist anywhere in nature under normal conditions.
New forms of matter? Things that should not exist.
That is exactly right. It is like discovering that by shaking a snow globe in just the right rhythm, you can make the snowflakes form shapes that nature never invented. These quantum states only appear when you drive the system in a specific pattern. Stop the rhythm, and they vanish.
So the material itself is not special. The timing is what creates something impossible.
Yes, Powell said it himself. Useful quantum properties can depend not just on what a material is, but on how it is driven in time. They call it flux-switching Floquet engineering. And these exotic states could be far more stable and resistant to errors. That is one of the biggest challenges in quantum computing today. Errors, noise, imperfections that break calculations.
So by finding these impossible states, they could build quantum systems that actually hold together long enough to be useful?
That is the direction this points. Powell was clear that the most direct relevance right now is to quantum computing and quantum simulation. But imagine what comes after. More stable quantum computers could eventually help design new medicines, model climate systems, crack problems that classical computers cannot touch.
And it all started because someone asked, what if the secret is not in the material, but in the rhythm?
Exactly. And here is what makes this beautiful for Soren. Louis Buchalter, the student researcher on this paper, earned his Cal Poly physics degree in 2025. He is just starting his career in this field. He is not much older than Soren. And he just helped prove that the universe still has secrets nobody has found.
Sophie, this goes deeper than physics. What does it mean for a teenager who has been told the adventure is over?
It means the adventure was never about arriving at the answers. It is about learning to ask questions nobody thought to ask. Powell and Buchalter did not discover a new particle. They discovered a new way of looking. They asked, what happens if we stop treating materials as fixed things and start treating time as a tool?
And that is the human superpower in this story. Creativity. The ability to look at something everyone else accepted as finished and ask, what if we are not done yet?
And the research uncovered something unexpected. Mathematical patterns in these driven systems that mirror structures usually found in higher dimensional physics. Simple systems, manipulated in time, revealing the complexity of the universe.
It is like a teenager building crystal radios on a Saturday afternoon and realizing the parts on that workbench could tune into frequencies nobody has heard.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
Today's freedom unlock is this. Spiritual freedom could mean discovering that the universe is not a closed book waiting to be shelved. It could mean learning that reality itself still has pages being written, and your curiosity is the pen that turns them.
Yes, and that changes everything.
Sophie, based on everything we just unlocked, what would you tell Soren if he were sitting across from you right now?
I would tell him to put down the textbook tonight, go back to that workbench, but instead of building what his grandfather taught him, build something Erik never imagined. Start with one question he cannot answer. Write it on a piece of paper and tape it to the wall. Not a question from school, a question from his own curiosity. What if I changed the timing? What if the material is not the limit? That question becomes his compass, and when this research moves from the laboratory to real quantum devices, people like Soren, people who learn to ask questions nobody else was asking, will be the ones who know what to build with it.
And what did you learn from this story?
I learned that discovery does not require permission from the previous generation. Louis Buchalter was a student. He walked into a project because he was curious. And he walked out having helped prove that the universe still has colors it has never shown us. The frontier did not close. We just stopped shaking the snow globe.
And to everyone listening right now, if someone told you the great discoveries are done, that everything worth building has been built, that you arrived too late, they were wrong. The universe is still hiding things in plain sight. All it takes is someone willing to ask a question nobody else is asking. That someone could be you. Today.
Today.
If this story moved you, hit that like button. Share it with a student or a young person who needs to hear that the adventure is not over. And if you want one unlock like this every single day in English or Spanish, subscribe. We show up every day. So do you.
Every single day.
If you are running a business and you feel like you have tried every tool and nothing changed, maybe the answer is not a different tool. What if the answer is a different rhythm? That is what I build. AI systems designed around how you work, not the other way around. Visit PVRPOSE.ai. It's spelled P-V as in voice, not you, R-P-O-S-E.ai, and book a free strategy call. Everything you need is in the description.
Excellent idea. Vamos!
Thank you, Sophie, for teaching me that snowflakes can form shapes nature never invented, if you find the right rhythm.
Thank you, Coach Juan, for asking the question that turned a retired engineer's certainty into a 16-year-old's invitation. And the snow globe is still shaking. It always was.
One story a day, one unlock at a time. See you tomorrow, beautiful humans. Own your voice, your vision, your vibe. Powered by Purpose AI, where humans lead and technology serves. Vamos!